On this edition, I'm going to break down and predict the upcoming fight on the UFC on Fox Sports 1-2 card between Carlos Condit and Martin Kampmann. What I'm going to do in this video, I'm just going to break down both fighters and do my predictions. So I'll start with Martin Kampmann. Very technical, very polished stand-up striker with very decent head movement, good hands, the ability to incorporate kicks and knees into or utilize it in his arsenal. Very good in the clinch and likes to pick guys apart. Has a very good 1-2. One of the better 1-2s in mixed martial arts. Kampmann is a very serviceable striker, very talented striker. So even if he is not the better striker in this fight, he will definitely be able to give Carlos Condit a run for his money on the feet. Other aspects as well is that he's got very, very good power for the division as well. Can knock guys out. Gets more into a technical rhythm when it comes down to his striking, good footwork, and like I said, decent head movement. And I'd say really one of the underrated parts of his game is his ground game. He does have a decent wrestling game. I mean, the guy has a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he can take guys down and rain down his ground and pound. I mean, guy has it's constantly overlooked. Everybody says, "Oh, Martin Kampmann, really good stand-up striker." He is, but it's his grappling that tends to go under the radar, and he's got a good wrestling game. Is he one of the better wrestlers in the division? No, but I'd say that it's very, very serviceable for a guy who is a better striker than he is a grappler. But his and the brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the guy has quite a few submissions on his resume. Has a good guillotine choke, a good rear naked choke, and can really work and let his opponents know they've been in a fight, and he could definitely knock people out from the ground and pound position, posturing up. And not only that, but also a very difficult guy to submit. A few aspects about this fight is that he is at a 4-inch reach disadvantage. He does not have the better chin in this fight at all. I'd say that grappling, he's the better wrestler, has better takedowns in this fight. I don't want to say that he is the better Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. I think that's really a wash as well. But I'd say the chin's the biggest factor in this fight, especially being a 5-round fight too. It's very tough to have better cardio than a fighter like Carlos Condit. And once again, I think the chin will be a factor too, is that the strikes from Condit will add up unless Kampmann implements really a grappling-based game plan. But I mean, Kampmann's a tough guy. But 4 knockouts on his resume. I mean, you know, Condit is a guy who is darn near impossible to put away. So I mean, that chin will be a factor. He does not have the better chin in this fight. Where I see him being successful in this fight, I definitely keep it standing. I think it's darn near impossible to knock out Condit. I don't see him knocking out Condit. I think the better way to do it would be to incorporate a very, I mean, just a balanced game. I mean, to keep it standing, when Condit gets close enough, starts letting loose, take him down to the ground, try and work in some submissions. If he can do that, I really do think he can perhaps lock in a submission. I don't see him knocking out TKOing Condit, but he could also win a decision. That's 5 rounds. That's 5 rounds of hard work, but I think he could definitely lock in a submission. It would be a long shot, but I think the best way for Kampmann to be successful in this fight is winning by decision or a long shot submission. So Carlos Condit, Condit's skill set, I mean, one of the best strikers in mixed martial arts. Guys, I mean, the natural born killer doesn't get that nickname for no reason. It's not that he's just a good striker, but the guy has a really good ability for finishing fights both on the feet and on the ground. I mean, between his Muay Thai, his boxing, his kickboxing, I mean, he has all levels I mean, just one of the most dynamic striking games for the welterweight division and mixed martial arts. Good head movement, good footwork, the ability to change levels. It's almost endless. I mean, it's unmatched. Very few guys in that division could stand toe to toe with Condit and just strike and get the best of him. And I mean, the power too. I mean, between his knees, his leg kicks, his hands. I mean, Condit goes for the kill at all times. He has a 4-inch reach advantage in this fight. That'll be a big factor. Both guys are technical strikers. And I'd say the slight advantage definitely goes to Condit in the striking department. That's just how I see it. In regards to his ground game, I mean, doesn't have the best of takedown defense, but he's very good at rolling with his opponent when he is taken down. And he is a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu like Kampmann. And the guy is beyond active off his back. I mean, throwing up elbows, going for constant submission attempts. It's kind of like you could say, oh, take Condit down. He's not a wrestler. It is not easy to just take Condit down. He is going to make you work. He is going to beat you up off of his back, and he's going to try and finish you off of his back. And, I mean, he has plenty of submissions off of his back, also in the dominant position. I mean, plenty of finishes. He has a lot more tools and has the better chin in this fight to be able to finish Kampmann, more so than Kampmann has the tools to finish Condit in this fight. So a few things for Condit. Definitely has the better chin. I'd say he has the better cardio and conditioning. He is not the better grappler in this fight. I think that has to do with his takedown defense and his lack of wrestling and takedowns. There's not many negatives you could really say about Carlos Condit besides his takedown defense and his lack of wrestling. And where I see Condit being successful, I mean, I'd keep it standing. I mean, I think he could be successful anywhere. I try and keep it standing, though, and try and connect to Kampmann's chin. And obviously, I don't have to say if he smells blood in the water to finish, because that's how Condit's fought practically his entire career. I mean, I think he's got to finish it. I would not let this one go to the judges. I mean, if Kampmann starts incorporating his grappling and his wrestling, this one could be a very interesting decision, kind of like it was the first time these two fought. Where my prediction lies in this fight, and I mean, I think it's gonna be awesome. I mean, I was beyond excited when this fight was announced. I was kind of hoping we'd see Condit versus DS2, but Kampmann versus Condit 2 will definitely suffice, and this is gonna be an awesome main event. I think the 5-round factor really is one of the biggest factors with predicting this fight. If it is to go the distance, I most definitely would favor Condit, and I really think Condit has more tools to finish this fight. If this does go the distance, I would favor Kampmann, but I don't think this one is going to go the distance. I think Kampmann is going to get his shots. I think he is going to incorporate his takedowns, but I think Condit's really going to come into his own, whether it's going to be early or it's going to be later on this fight. He's going to find a way to finish Kampmann. I just see it happening, whether it's a big leg kick or he ends up wobbling Kampmann. He's not going to give Kampmann any time to recover, and I really do favor him winning via TKO or knockout. I think Carlos Condit's going to walk away with the victory in this one. He is the favorite when it comes to betting lines. I think going with the favorite is a darn good idea. Kampmann can win this one, but I really do favor Condit. More tools and more ways to finish this fight. So I'm going to take Carlos Condit defeating Martin Kampmann on the UFC on Fox Sports 1 2 card via TKO knockout. And that's what I have for this edition. It's Kyle Delaney signing off. I'm out of here.